Hi guys! Happy full moon, officially. We are there. I will post this up right up here so you can see it. It is, what time? 7:36 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on July 23rd. And we are literally at the full moon right now while I'm recording this. It will be rising in the next hour in the sky, and I figured I would come on and say hi because it's been a while. I've been going through a lot of clearing personally. I've been doing a lot of detox. And I am clear again. So if you scroll down on my channel back to when I was in Washington, basically like January 1st through March, I was completely sober. And I like to do this every so often. As it's turning out, I do it now a few times during the year where I take a few months and don't touch alcohol, don't touch marijuana. I'm not a tobacco smoker, but otherwise I do enjoy smoking. The thing is, it just, for me personally, it doesn't support me in the ways that it used to. Because let's be honest, like, it's a tool, even though you can say it's a crutch, maybe, depending. And I don't even mean to go into this tangent, but I like to be really transparent and honest, and as it turns out, it's a little bit easier for me to be really transparent and honest when I'm completely clear. So let's see, it's been almost 2 weeks now with no alcohol and no marijuana. And I feel, I can feel the resurgence of energy, motivation, inspiration, connection. There's also been a heavy surgence of frustration and what we call in traditional Chinese medicine, toxic liver qi, toxic liver heat. I've been through hell and back personally, interpersonally. I've been to hell the past few months, going through just a really deep transformation, a lot of inner child healing. I'm doing a lot of work on myself, and it was a lot. And I slipped back into some old patterns. So I hope you guys can forgive me for being MIA for a bit. But yeah, I'm back. Hey. And I don't like to read, as it turns out, when I'm not clear. It feels really uncomfortable now. Again, it was a really helpful tool over the past 10 years while I've been learning to read and learning to access and open up. But it's a message that was sent to me years ago about sobriety and that kind of being the ultimate place that I would be in. And so I've just been really patient with myself and just, you know, I take breaks. And it gets better and better every time I do. So hi, let's talk astrology. I am also going to pull some cards. This is basically just like a full moon reading for whoever needs it. I've got all kinds of crystals on. I've done a ton of meditation today. I've done a ton of meditation the past week and a half. I've done a lot of journaling, a lot of writing, a lot of processing. So, here we are. Let's talk. We currently have the moon at 1 degree Aquarius, which is forming an opposition in the sky to the sun at 1 degree Leo. Happy birthday, Leo. Welcome to Leo season. This is a really cool Leo season this year because we are starting Leo season, right? 1 degree Leo. So every sign has 30 degrees. It's really 0 through 29 if we're gonna like be very technical here in astrology. But there are 30 degrees to every sign. 30 times 12, 360 degrees forms a circle. Basic math. Lots of math involved in astrology, as it turns out. Pretty cool. You can nerd out if you like basic math and angles, geometry, and geometric shapes. So there is a grand trine happening in the sky right now, 120 degree angles forming between 3 of these air signs, including the moon, currently in 1 degree Aquarius. But why is this a really cool Leo season? Is we're literally starting the first day of Leo with a full moon, and we're going to have on like the last day of Leo season another full moon in Aquarius, but that one will be at 29 degrees Aquarius. And it's not a blue moon because blue moons are technically when there's a full moon at the beginning of a calendar month and the end of that same calendar month. That's when we get a blue moon. They happen once every 3 years or so. An astrological blue moon is also very rare, and this one is happening at the beginning of an astrological season, right? Leo season, and ending still in that season. There will be a second one. So this new moon, This full moon is going to be echoed again a month from now. So it's yummy. We get twice of the Aquarius release this Leo season compared to others. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure it does to some degree. Let it soak in, marinate on that. But we have the moon also conjunct with Cheriklo. There is, the way that I read this is that there is this heartfelt desire to connect in a very family-oriented and even childlike way. Cheriklo is the partner to Chiron, Chiron the wounded healer. And Cheriklo and Chiron, they created a lot of amazing children into the world. And so when we have the moon conjunct Cheriklo in Leo season, which is all about that inner child anyway, there's this kind of echoing of really, really allowing that heart, that warmth that's generated through Leo into the group, which is a very Aquarius theme. Aquarius really cares about the group dynamic. Of all of the 3 air signs, it's very much interested in the future and the betterment of the whole, like all of the people. Whereas Gemini is very interpersonal and a lot of like thoughts and ideas reflecting, liking to communicate with people, but really around like how the actual personal mentality works. Libra is that partnership air sign where it's really about like you and me are both equally important, and that's what I care about. Aquarius is you all are the most important thing. Forget me and you. I mean, don't forget me and don't forget me and you. We have our important parts to play, but the real emphasis for Aquarius is the betterment of the group as a whole. So it's cool that we have this full moon forming a conjunction with Cheriklo, that mother, as we leave Cancer season, right? That mother sign, that heart-centered space of caring, creating a safe nook and home and nest for the family. Now we have the mother, Cheriklo, one of the mother figures in astrology, in this really like warm, playful, nurturing of the group space. So it's honestly, it's a great time to really like play with your kids. If you're into full moon rituals, burn ceremonies, let them in on it, invite them in. You can also really embody in this full moon and the days following, how can you spread a message that's very nurturing, encouraging, inspiring, that's really going to help the growth and the future of this group of people, right? Whether they're children, whether they're other family members, whether they're a friend group, a soul tribe that you consider to be your family. It's a really great full moon to merge all of these loving, playful, warm-hearted, nurturing, fostering of the group dynamic. Okay, but we also have this grand trine forming between that moon and Cheroklo conjunction at 1 degree Aquarius with Black Moon Lilith at 0 degrees Gemini. Now she is, she's at 0 degrees Gemini, so Lilith just moved into this very interpersonal way of how do we take in information, how do we process information, and how have we maybe rebelled from certain ways that we either process information, maybe we've rebelled from learning, maybe now we're kind of interested in learning, but in a whole new way. In what ways have we maybe rebelled from communicating one-on-one with like the self around how I'm actually like thinking about this and perceiving this, and how can I communicate this with another person? Like how can I share these new ideas that I'm getting in a way that either again that you rebelled from, or how are you looking at this differently now where you can kind of be your own form of your own leader, your own sovereign being. So the moon is forming a trine with Black Moon Lilith, and that conjunction with Cheroklo too. And then there's another part of this forming a grand trine in the sky. Like I'd mentioned, we have Vesta. We have Vesta at 2 degrees Libra. So the four of these, Black Moon Lilith, Vesta, Cheroklo, and the moon, these divine feminine asteroids are all forming a very interesting harmony together. This, one of the mothers, the moon, is aligned with the mother that has given birth to many prolific children. Is this a desire of yours, or is there a group again that you're wanting to nurture? In the past, have you rebelled from maybe figuring out how you can teach these new ideas, or share this information that you're coming up with, that maybe right now there's some cool way that you're able to show up in this almost unpredictable, almost a tinge of rebellion, but it's like a coming in from a heart space that Black Moon Lilith doesn't often get to communicate harmoniously. Forming a grand trine with Vesta, where we have our vows, and it's in Libra, right? That partnership air sign. Where are there vows that you wish to make or you have made with another person in some sort of partnership dynamic? All of these are playing together. This Vesta representing vows in Libra, in partnership. Harmoniously speaking to Lilith, who's maybe a bit rebellious and learning new things and is ready to share them. Harmoniously speaking to the moon, our deep down feelings, how we know ourselves on a really deep internal level. aligned with how maybe we view ourselves as this nurturer of amazing beings in the world, right? You don't have to literally be a mother. You can be a teacher. You can be an aunt. You can be a godmother. You can be any of these roles where you're allowing the femininity, like your own sovereign feminine force, to lead you into a way of teaching. So if you're watching this and this is resonating for you, which this won't resonate with everybody, not everybody watching this is like wanting to teach or nurture groups, but for every single one of you watching this, this full moon is allowing you to release some, maybe more of the shadow qualities of Leo, which would be flashy, look at me, I'm the entertainer, let me like be the life of the party, da, 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 da. Not that all of those are shadow, not all of that is shadow, but those are very Leo themes that that's not the energy that is being gifted to us in this exact moment in the welcoming of Leo season. It's bigger than that. So there's something that you're wanting to nurture, there's something that you're wanting to share, that you've been learning about, you want to communicate more, you really want to allow growth in a very intellectual way, helping people grow into their identity of who they are, maybe their skills, their talents, their gifts. These are gems that you can like work with in this full moon. Ugh. Half of that was me just like going off of my own knowledge, and a lot of that was just really random, like channeling. It's fun. I've not been channeling for a little bit except through my own writing and journaling, so forgive me if that was all over the place in this video. Getting back in my groove, guys. Getting back in my groove. What else is happening during this full moon? So we have that beautiful grand trine happening in the sky. We also, though, let me just look. There's, yeah, a transformation happening with the structure of what was towards, like, there being this new this new way of utilizing like your own free will in a very heart-centered way. This full moon is breaking down anything that feels selfish, boxed in, limited, almost even like suppressed I'm getting. And again, for those of you watching that are resonating with this, because this is not for everyone, this could be literally just for one of you. This full moon, you can really allow intentions of dropping anything that's like just about me, myself, and I. And I'm an Aries, and speaking on that is fun because Aries is all about me, myself, and I. And I guess I'm just sharing that so many of my downloads on what I'm wanting to create on a much larger scale, it's going to take me a lot of time. It's already taken me the past 10 years to begin building, and the vision is becoming really clear. And I do want to teach, and I do want to nurture community, and I do want to nurture growth in individuals, in finding their passion, finding their purpose, finding their path in this world, because it's so important. And as old structures are literally breaking down and have been breaking down for a while now, and we're really, really, really seeing it in the 3D, which is pretty cool because it's taken a while. I've been I've been waiting for this. Not really, but kind of. Meaning that since like 2011, 2012, I've really started tapping in much more in a spiritual level, and the insights that I've been receiving have been a lot of, you know, there being some really significant breakdowns of the structure. But the 3D physical is the slowest one. It's the longest one. It takes the longest amount of time to like get to. Whereas we have the ideas, that fire energy comes first, right? And then we have the logic and the mind coming in, and then we have the emotions and the heart space, and then we have the 3D like physical manifestation. So it's interesting to see things break down, and I'm rambling. This is a full moon to really continue to help you to release any of the structures that have kept you stagnant, because in Leo season, we're about ready to have fun and get all warm-hearted and enjoy life, right? And be like fun and playful and childlike. And with Aquarius, this full moon and the next full moon, Aquarius again is very futuristic. It's revolution. It comes after Capricorn, which is a lot of structure in that 3D physical plane that's been breaking down, right? And then Aquarius comes next. Aquarius is like lightning bolt energy. It can be really fast. You might be receiving a lot of quick information coming in new ways. It's so revolutionary or futuristic or next level that, you know, it does take some imagination. It does take some thinking out of the box, and you're encouraged to do that, but from like a super nurturing, loving, and playful, educational heart space. My neighbors are turning it up right now. At least it's not mariachi music. Because that's usually what's playing. Can you guys hear that? Anyway. So where are these new, you know, vows that you want to make towards nurturing ideas, identity, this new way of looking at life, maybe even forming new structures, forming new schools, new systems of teaching our children, or teaching people, you know, we don't have to only learn things when we're young. And anyone who's finished with school, like in a bigger picture sense, like if you're done with learning, what's the point of living? But that might just be my own personal opinion. Ooh, my candle just went out. I'm doing some full moon stuff. It's pretty fun. I just saw 2434. I don't know what that number is. 34 is my lucky number. Whew, it's very smoky. Ugh. Okay, let me just see if there's anything else that is happening that's kind of worth talking about right now. Normally the chart lights up and pops out at me if there are things, and I don't know, it feels pretty chill. I guess in the next 4 days or so, there will be more opportunity to actually articulate these transformations that are occurring, or with the intentions that you're setting with this full moon right now. Expect over the next week to really get a lot more clarity, information, downloads, communication from people. Literally, you might hear lyrics in a song as you're walking by a restaurant, and that's what's playing, and that could be a message for you. There are so many ways to receive information. And so just be present to that, because the clarity that you'll be receiving over the next few days is going to, I don't want to say necessitate transformation. It will help facilitate transformation. If you are not wanting to change things right now, it might be a little bit challenging. There might be others who come in with new information or communication with you, forcing you to change things. So take it upon yourself to have control and set some intentions today, tomorrow, Sunday, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday or so. So that the communication that comes in, or the information that you get, which is Mercury, this is what I'm talking about. Mercury is at 21 degrees Cancer, and as it moves forward in the next few days, it's going to form an opposition with Pluto at 25 degrees Capricorn. So that's what I'm talking about, this transformation of the structures. Pluto's transformation, rebirth, death, life cycles. And when it's in Capricorn, there's a transformation of the ladder, the hierarchy, the structure of things in a very 3D physical way. I always need to like do this somehow, like hit on things with my fists to when I talk about earth elements. But that's the thing, is it's also kind of challenging to break down things when they reach that physical level. So utilize this full moon right now to release anything that feels like it's limiting you, holding you back, not allowing you to transform in ways that you want to. And the positive energy that we're really receiving right now with this full moon is this really like divine feminine integration. And you can be a female watching this, you can be a male watching this, man, woman, whatever. We all of us have feminine and masculine within us. And so this full moon is a really beautiful opportunity in that like Leo masculine fire sign season to actually hook into that lion heart, that heart with like the crown around it, that warmth, that childlike fun, that, you know, you, there's a professor that I work with. He's not a professor when I work with him. He's a vendor, which is like so much fun that he's a professor too, because he's so fun and he's like a big kid. And at my part-time job yesterday, my boss we were talking about him because he came in and left, and he's just so much fun. And my boss was like, I forget that he's a professor. Like, I think at Vanderbilt. And I was saying to him, yeah, but he would have been my favorite professor if I had him. You know, those professors that are just so much fun and like big kids, and they're so entertaining and also like easy to learn from, because it's just so all-encompassing of this like love energy. And even though they're not acting like an authority, they hold the stage, they hold the space of the authority, the nurturer, like this very nurturing type of authority. Leo, if we're going to think of it as an authority, Leo's the host. Leo is the entertainer. Come on in, come into my house, make yourself comfy, and prepare to just have a lot of fun tonight. Okay, so in what ways can you embody that type of like super fun, animated, professor of new school thoughts, new ideas that are coming through to you? I hope this makes sense. I hope this helps. I'm gonna end it there. Oh, kind of feels kind of weird to like channel and ramble, but I'm gonna trust. Hope you're all doing well. How about we just like pull? How about we pull? Oh yeah, we'll do my traditional tarot deck. Okay, I'd like to pull one card for those that are watching still. Let's see what this message is from my Rider-Waite tarot deck that I've had for a lot longer than I knew I had it. But if you want to know that story, you can scroll on down. I have an hour and a half video where I kind of jump all over in a pretty fun way and share my story on the spiritual level. Okay, ooh, look at that. 2 of them came out. We're going to take them. It's great. It's perfect. It makes a lot of sense to me. We have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse and the King of Cups upright. So, in which ways has there been this imbalance in the 3D? In which ways have you been maybe wanting to give to others but feeling like you don't have enough to give, or you're not worthy of giving? There's been an imbalance in finances. There's been an imbalance in the home life. There's been an imbalance in the harmony of the physical surroundings. This is a full moon to let go of that and to tune into this majestic, warm-hearted nurturer who is a king, who is an authority. Leo is the king. And I know Leo's a fire sign. I know Aquarius is an air sign. Aquarius is the water bearer. So I kind of like that. We've got the King of Cups here. There's so much divine feminine flow available for us in this. So in which ways can you release the imbalance of your 3D physical reality and really embody this heart space and this sovereignty and this connection with your emotions, connection with your psychic gifts, an ability to really love and put romance out there, put beauty out there, pour into others because you've poured into yourself and your cup is full. Allow your cup to runneth over. That is all. We'll leave it there. Happy full moon. I'll see you guys in the next video. Share, like, subscribe if you like my vibe. And yeah, happy full moon again.